Yes. Okay. We're recording. So after follow up with the call, say, hey, thank you so much for getting on the call tonight. Thanks for taking your time out of your night. So what did you like most about the call? And then hear what they say, oh, I loved that it was this like nutrition and not a vitamin, or, whatever they liked about it, and say, that's so great. I'm so glad that you see this as, that you see value in this the same way I did. Is
Right.
this something you're ready to get started on? Or would you be open to trying the product? Something that's going to move them into action and give you a yes or no. Can you see yourself doing this business with me? Simple questions like that don't drag the conversation on, but elicit action. Because
Right.
we're asking them a question, yes or no. Do you want to try it? And if it's no, usually people will say like, well, no, like not right now. And then I'll say, okay, well, you just said that you thought that the product was great and you really thought that it was something that could benefit you. What's holding you back from getting started right now? And when you ask that question, people really think about it. And usually it's fear of commitment, price, whatever it might be. And when they say something like, well, I just don't think I can afford it right now, and say, well, listen, I understand how you feel. I felt the same way. Would you be open to learning about the business? Because nobody should not be able to pay for an investment in their health. So if we could make you a couple extra $100 a month and help cover the cost of your product, is that something you'd be interested in? And people are probably going to say yes, because who doesn't want a couple extra $100 a month?
Right.
If they say yes, then, and because we know they've already been on a Freedom Revolution call, to say, okay, great. So the next step then would be just to have you hop on a call with Kristen, who was on the Freedom Revolution call, or Rachel, whichever one of us is available, just to give you a little bit more information and answer any in-depth questions that you may have. When are you available? So just kind of like just moving them into action. That's kind of our key.
Okay.
But yeah, that's going to be the big one, is asking direct questions and finding their pain point too. So understanding how Juice Plus can help them. Maybe they have constant migraines. Maybe they're always tired. Maybe they really struggle with eating healthy and they just eat like garbage. They're trying to lose weight. They're looking for a program, like whatever their pain point would be. And everybody has one. There is not one person on the planet, no matter how fit they are, even if they're the most fit person in the world, I guarantee you their pain point would be, I want to have better workouts or better recovery, right? And Juice Plus can do both that, or durability and performance. When I talk to men, durability, performance, and there's one other word that Jeff Olson uses. Mm-hmm. Jeff Olson is like one of the top leaders in our company. He was an Olympic skier, and he targets mostly men in the business, and he talks about durability, performance, and like recovery or something, because those are things that men really care about. Men don't care about like keep your kids healthy and like all the the foofy things that women care about. It's a little different angle, like we're talking about energy, durability, performance, recovery, things like that men care about. But so finding that pain point of how Juice Plus can help, and saying, hey, listen, like you said that you are really tired all the time and you're working a lot. Like this is something that could help you have more nutrition and not be as tired, so that you could do better at work, stay up later, spend more time with your family, whatever it might be. And when you kind of throw that back at them, they're like, oh yeah, I do need this. So, and any like opposition that you get, I'm really good with them. Just take a screenshot of the conversation and just send it to me on Voxer, and I'll tell you what to say back.
So text is okay, or is it better to call them?
So it totally depends. I mean, at this day and age, text is so easy. If you're on the phone with the person, obviously it's going to be a little bit different because you're going to have to respond in real time. Right. But I always resort back to the feel, felt, found, which you guys probably used in For Life. It's, I know exactly how you feel.
I learned that knocking doors when I was a teenager. So
yeah, it is like a tried and true, because it's true. I know how you feel. I felt the same way, but what I found is that it works, because it lets them know that you empathize with them, but you have a solution for them. I mean, it is like one of the oldest tactics in the book, but it really works.
Now, do you do outside of personal, like people you'll meet on the street, people that people that you may reach face to face, what are your strategies for, say, social media, and do you do like content creation to create leads?
Yeah. So it's so interesting. So I don't use social media a ton. And it's just a personal preference. I know that I would reach a lot more people through social, and I do use Instagram and Facebook, but I don't utilize it as I should. But I actually bought this program that teaches you how to do called Elite Marketing Pro, that teaches you how to build a funnel basically. But it's a lot of training, and I was like, I need to, and I had like just found out I was pregnant when I started it, and so my my bandwidth was really short. So I was like, let me get through the first trimester of this pregnancy, let me get through conference with getting people promoted, and then I can start learning more about the training. But essentially I've been using Facebook ads to drive people to my website, which I'm still in the midst of finishing my website, but it's branding myself as a, network marketing person, with a health and wellness spin. I never say what I'm selling, but this is also like super, like I'm so far into my business. So I want to attract people that want to do network marketing. Right now, we want you to attract people who want to do a business, but who also want Juice Plus.
Right.
But kind of just self-branding yourself, attracting people. I tell people, be somebody you would want to follow. Hungry, motivated, inspiring. People are excited by that. So that's who you want to be on social media. And you are that person too. So really trying to kind of like portray this person that people want to follow because they'll follow you. And so, sharing health and nutrition tips, sharing recipes, sharing facts about nutrition, facts about Juice Plus, any kind of information that's going to add value to people's lives is what you want to do. Because people like free stuff. They like free things. So free recipes, facts, workouts, information, in any way that you can add value. And then when you throw things about Juice Plus in there, people are like, oh, wow, like he really knows what he's talking about. What's this Juice Plus thing? What are those capsules in his hand that he took a picture of? I want some of that, because he obviously knows about health and wellness. And that's like the little stuff that, like I think Rachel showed you the picture of my capsules and my water, and it was like pre-workout, prenatal, everything. I got like 2 orders from friends that were pregnant.
Oh, wow.
And it's like people who, like I've talked to in the past, one of them was an old customer. And she was like, what is that? And I was like, it's Juice Plus, you idiot. Like, I was like, you take it. And she was like, I didn't realize that it could be used as a prenatal. So like, I'm kind of going back and forth, educating her a lot more on like the multi-purposes of Juice Plus, because she originally signed up and did the shred with us. Mm-hmm. But she was like, well, I'm done with the shred. I'm done with the products. And she didn't let me further educate her. This is also like 3 years ago. But people, and that's why we have our customer appreciation page that we'll dump people into, so we can drip information and education on them as well, and give them a little bit more of that customer service.
Okay.
But I literally have built my business because I've learned that I'm really good with people face to face, and texting and messaging is not my strength. It's face to face. So I literally have built and I have more customers than, like I have higher volume in a paycheck than most QNMDs. But I've built my entire business on vendor tables and face-to-face, because I will talk to anyone anywhere, like in the gym, on the bus, like on the airplane, like everywhere. And then vendor tables, because vendor tables are amazing because it takes, on any given night, I could be there for 3 hours, and I've now moved anywhere from 10 to 30 people into my warm market in a 3-hour time period. That would take me forever to do on like, just if I was just out walking the streets or living my life.
Right.
So I really like vendor tables because it is a massive amount of people that I come in contact with. I've talked to them face to face. So they've already been brought into my warm market because I've met them, I've had a conversation with them. Then I reach out to them, I add them on Facebook, I invite them on Freedom Revolution calls. So I really like vendor tables. They're not for everybody, but it's a great way to build quick warm market contacts. and then face to face and like a little bit of social media. That's honestly how I've built my entire business.
Yeah, I was creating kind of like a business strategy for creating content on social media and generating leads from that. But I'm going to create a brand. I'm not really going to be using it for me, but I'm going to be maybe even creating an LLC that I can, my parents, for example, have Health and Wellness LLC.
Yep.
And they're going to be adding me as an officer. They don't use it for anything. And I've been creating their website on the back end, so I can just kind of springboard off of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like that's what I've been doing. I have 2 websites. I've got Max Fit and Well, which is my personal training health coaching site. But then, so I've kind of branded myself as a health and wellness, entrepreneur. But then I've also now, so having some snow days, branding myself as, hi, you can say hi and then go play with daddy. Okay.
Hello.
That's Fern. Say hi, Fern.
I like your shirt.
Hello.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
But branding yourself as, a network marketing professional who is really good at building a business and networking, social networking. But using that, you have to be quiet if you're here. Okay. Did you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So there's no giggling or distracting. But through that website that your parents have, if they've got a blog on there, offering people free content through that blog of education, recipes, workouts, that kind of stuff. Stop, dude. Stuff like that. That's really gonna, people are gonna want to follow you and want to be a part of that.
Right. Yeah, I've done a lot of businesses where all I was doing was generating leads.
Yeah.
With some coworkers of mine, we were creating like an email list, and once we reached a certain volume, we would send out emails with product attachment, like affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? So I have the general idea of what I want to do with it.
Cool.
But it's obviously I need time to create content, and then the key with content creation is literally consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
So
with everything in our business is going to be consistency. Get out of my room right now. Get out. Seriously, get out. We're like siblings sometimes. Yeah, it's the consistency. And that's one of the reasons why like I have waited, because that's something that Elite Marketing Pro does. It creates this funnel and it creates an email list, and I'm emailing out to people content, it's a lot of work. So that's why I was waiting, but so I could really kind of focus on that and pay attention. And so my biggest suggestion right now would be, and this is such a good idea, but oh my God, you're so annoying. Try and focus on getting to VF and sales coordinator, and then doing that, because that's a lot of it's like, so with Elite Marketing Pro, we kind of say that like there's different levels of social networking, and you've already mastered a lot of them, but we want people to master like level 1 and 2 before they go on to level 3. And we really want you to master level 1 and 2, which is learning how to reach out to people about Juice Plus, recruiting them into the business, building a team before we move on to creating this person that attracts leads and sending out email lists and that kind of stuff.
Real quick, what is sales coordinator? You need like 3.
You need 2. Hang on one second. Max, you got get out. Seriously. Hang on. I'm gonna yell at him. Hang on one second. I'll mute you.
Okay.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
It's just been a crazy day. I'm like running on 3 hours of sleep right now. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
He's such a Donald. That's what I call him.
All right.
So it's for sales coordinator. You need 2 VFs.
Okay.
And 1 DD.
1 VD.
DD, direct distributor.
DD.
Direct distributor is basically 3 customer orders.
Right.
So like we're trying to just get you to
all
DD.
Those are first line.
What's that?
All those are first line. Like
Frontline.
right. Okay.
Yep.
And 1 DD. All right. Got it. And a VF is you have 3 DDs under you?
Nope. So a VF is what we're pushing you for, which is technically you only need to have 1 distributor on your team.
Okay.
And the amount of volume can be sliced in different ways. It would be the equivalent of 12 trio orders or 8 shred orders. Shred is going to be capsules and a shake.
Okay.
So it's about the equivalent of like 8 shred orders and 1 team member. But I always say if you bring on 3, and those 8 shred orders can be split up between you and your team. It doesn't have to be all you. So it's easier if you bring on 1 or 2 or 3 people and each of you has a few orders rather than you getting all the orders yourself and then throwing a rep under you at the last minute. Because then it just divvies up the work.
Yeah.
And then those 3 distributors that you bring on will kind of have you set up for the next promotion because we're going to get at least 2 of those 3 people to VF.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And for VF, that distributor that you have, that 1 distributor that you need only needs to have 1 order under them. So that's the nice thing. They don't have to be a DD. They don't have to have a ton of volume under them. They just need 1 order.
And then the minimum is trio, correct?
No, I mean, the minimum is any order. I mean, it could be a vineyard order. It could be anything, but the trios are more volume. So, the trio order is, well, 1, it's going to improve people's health a lot more. And that's what all of our research is on. Yeah. So when people get the vineyard, I'm like, yeah, the vineyard is great. It's got tons of anti-inflammatories and, elderberry and all these anti-flu things, but you're not going to reach the same health benefits. Or I tell them, I'm like, I can't guarantee you're going to reach those same health benefits because our research studies are done on the trio.
Okay.
So I know if you get the trio, you're going to be building your immune system, fighting disease, doing all these things. If you just get the vineyard or you just get the duo, you might not, have as many health benefits as you would on the trio.
Yeah, that makes sense. I want to do a lot more research on like the peer reviews so I can be pretty knowledgeable on that. I feel like that'll help me because the way that I kind of approach any business is like making sure that they have all the facts and all of the research given to them.
What I will tell you about that though is I very rarely, because people every once in a while, and granted the industry that you're in, people are going to be much more interested in the research, of course. Mm-hmm. But I have the only people that I've ever met who have actually been interested in the research are people who are in the wellness and medical fields, or people who are like, maybe they have some type of disease that they are like really well versed in and they'd like to read more about what our study is on.
Right.
But the average person does not care about research. And when I first started, because that's something that really attracted me to the business was the research on the product. And when I started, I would be like, oh, we've got these research studies on this. And like, nobody cared. Nobody cared. So
but most of my clients are going to be nurses, doctors, and RNs.
They're going to care. Yeah. So obviously like look it over, but right now, just because we're on the time clock, we've got like 11 days to get you to VF, which really is plenty of time. I mean, it sounds scary, but it really is plenty of time to utilize your time just messaging people, inviting them, and then just using Rachel and I to answer questions. So, and so maybe for now, messaging and throughway calls is going to be the best option for you. Okay. And then once we kind of get you there, then you can use that. Like, so just kind of being smart with your time. So if you have an hour of time to do Juice Plus work, don't use that hour of time to, research the research studies. Use that time.
I research at work in between my.
Oh, when you're at work. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, just being smart with your time. I say like, build like revenue building activity during the time that you allocate it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're going to learn all the stuff as you go too.
Cool.
Yeah. Awesome. So really use us for verbiage because we've mastered it. When people ask you questions or give you any oppositions, send us a screenshot of it or text us, what their question is. We'll get back to you as fast as we can, so we can get you there.
Nice. I appreciate the help.
Yeah. And I've got a Freedom Revolution call tonight at 9.
Okay.
And I think I'm going to do 2 tomorrow. I think I'm going to do 1 at 8 and 1 at 9, because we're bringing on a new rep in Boulder, and she asked for the 9 o'clock slot tomorrow. So I think we're going to do one. So we've got 3 in the next 2 days.
Boulder, Colorado?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. We've got a big team out in Colorado. Kristen Hilmer, who you'll learn that name, she just hit National Marketing Director, and she helps to lead the Juice Plus Academy calls. She's out in the Aspen area, which geographically, I realize that Aspen is not close to Boulder, but between Boulder, Denver, and Aspen, like that little triangle of space, we've got a huge team out there, which is really cool.
Yeah. Do we know if there are any plans of moving to South America?
Yeah, there are. There's I think because of the food laws being so different, and that's what they're working through. But we recognize that there's a lot of business. Now, you can always get an order to somebody in South America. You just have to ship it for them.
Right.
Which is kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, eventually they're going to start opening up business down there. I think it's just they have to work through a lot of red tape.
Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because the Latin market in general tends to be extremely health oriented.
Yeah.
Way more so than Americans.
Yeah.
So most of the For Life business that my dad has acquired is people that don't even speak English.
That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people in Puerto Rico and I mean it is really, I'm really starting to notice it's really starting to branch out. And you notice it too with companies like Herbalife has a huge Latin community. Huge.
Right.
And successfully big. So yeah, I definitely see that. So hopefully Juice Plus is kind of working on expanding that sooner than later.
Oh, if you or Rachel need translations, by the way, I'm fairly good. I do translations at the hospital at times.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's really good
if you
to know.
need a translation on the fly, I have a friend in Colorado. He's a pharmacist. And so he always sends me texts. Hey, real quick, how do you say this in Spanish? So
I love that.
If you have
That's
any
awesome.
questions, feel free to send
You're
them.
like, hey, I need a translation really fast from you. You're like, how do you say, will you join my team in English?
Yeah.
I love it. Pharmacists are great. They're
Yeah.
capped off at a certain salary, and they know how bad drugs are. Even though they push them, they know how bad they are.
He's one of my best friends, and I was talking to him last night, and I said, hey, quick question. And mind you, this may be a trick question, but anyways, if I asked you to buy your own shirt off of your back, would you do it? And then he was like, I don't know, maybe. What are you asking me to do? And I was like, all right, perfect. We'll talk tomorrow.
I love that. That's awesome. That's a great opener.
Yeah.
Okay. That's amazing. I love that. Awesome. All right. So your job tonight is just invite as many people as you can to get on a call. Do you need help closing Sunny and Will?
Sony and Will?
Sony. Yep. Sorry.
Sony strikes me as kind of he's like an iffy person. He's always debating.
Have you asked him that direct question of, hey, are you ready to get started today?
Yeah.
Or what's holding you back from getting started?
Yeah. And he just keeps giving me non-engaging answers. Really.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
Just kind of keeps pushing you off. That's
Right.
funny. So people like
Will,
that,
on the
I'm
other
like,
hand, is a lot more interested.
yeah. All right, cool. So we'll close him, and then Sony, he's one of those people you can be like, hey, listen, I know this is something that could really benefit you. If it's something you're not ready to get started on, just let me know, and I'll cross you off my list. Otherwise, I'd love to get you started on it to see what it can do for you.
Right.
And call it a day.
Cool.
Awesome.
I'm gonna see if I can get some of my family who has not touched For Life in it. It's funny. I have an aunt who she loves me to death, and she usually hosts like events on weekends for people with their different businesses.
That's
So I'm
so
gonna
cool.
see if she has time this weekend so that I can start like a launch party at her house.
Yeah, that would be so cool. And I know she probably doesn't have any time, but I know Rachel's going to be up in Orlando this weekend for a yoga retreat. She probably doesn't have any time because I know she's slammed when she's up there. But
Yeah.
I know she's like trying to get ready for her red eye and rest a little bit. But if she does have time and could swing by and do like a spiel, I know that would be really helpful.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. And I know Amy's also, I have to figure out the dates, is going to be coming through Orlando. I don't remember when, because she was like, I'm going to scoot down to Fort Lauderdale and do an event for Rachel. And I was like, well, you might not have to go down to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Probably do it in Orlando. And I was like, and Fern's in Orlando. So I was like, Rachel's got family there and Fernando's there. I was like, you could just maybe stay in Orlando and do an event for them. So I'm going to find out what dates she's coming up there. It's maybe in like a month or two.
Okay.
I'll have to figure out.
Yeah. I need as much notice as possible.
Yeah. So it's not like short notice. Definitely not.
Okay. Well, June, the first like 2 weeks of June. No. I have my Greece retreat. I have to see the dates again, but I'll be in Greece in June.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm jealous.
So, and I'll be in Phoenix at the end of April with you, Kristen.
Yes. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'll ask her what the dates were that she's coming through. I can't remember what she said.
So wait, Fern, what is it that you had going on this weekend?
I'm gonna see if my aunt will open her house for like an event, so that I can have like a whole bunch of like elderly people come and just listen to information, whatever I have to present.
English or Spanish?
Probably Spanish.
Great.
It's okay. You can just, whatever you couldn't convey to them, I can always.
Yeah, I got the Colombian accent down at least.
Yeah.
It's the most annoying accent you'll ever hear, Kristen.
I love it.
So annoying. Yeah, I don't know if I can do it this weekend because legit, like I'm in training all day, 8 to 5.
That's fine.
But I mean, we can try and schedule something.
I'll let you know, because I'll probably talk to her tomorrow and see what she's up to.
What about your sister?
Which one?
The one behind you.
What about my sister?
She was on last night.
Huh? Here, come.
Is she being camera shy?
Kind of.
Okay. Well, anyways, I didn't know where she was at with things.
We've been talking about it lightly. You're not gonna do the binary Purium, are you?
I love the products, but that sucks.
But you're not gonna get rich.
What the hell? The only person that's gonna get rich is Ian. That's why he's so excited about it.
Exactly.
He's the person who started the damn thing.
So make your own business. I have one right now. It's waiting for you. It's got your name on it.
Can I try the vitamins first?
Yes, you can.
They're vitamins, right? They're like supplement.
It's like food. It's like food.
No, it is.
It is food, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it has all the minerals and vitamins.
Just think of it as a superfood, and you're just taking it every day to enhance your full potential. All right, awesome. We got a buyer.
No, like, yeah, you gotta buy it.
What'd you say?
She's gonna try the products first, and then she'll make a decision on the business aspect later.
Okay, great. So we can get it started on the trio.
Hi. Yep.
Okay. And then you need to place your order as well.
Oh, yeah. So I can do that through my website, right?
You're
Yeah,
gonna do that through
You want me
your
to walk you
virtual-
through? I
My
can,
virtual office.
here, I'll show you how to do it super fast. And then I gotta hop off and give this kid a bathtub. Okay, so when you log into your virtual office,
Yes.
what you're gonna do is you're gonna click on this little button right here that says Juice Plus, and you're gonna select the
okay.
product that you want. So for the trio, you would just do 1 and add to cart, and then if you want to add the Omegas, which I highly recommend, they're amazing. Add to cart. If you want the shakes, you can add the shakes. You can do chocolate and vanilla, all chocolate, all vanilla. Once you add everything to your cart, you just check out, and it's just like any other e-commerce site. Shipping, billing, credit card, and then submit it. Super, super easy.
The only thing is whenever you do the shakes, you don't want to do the one time, right?
Yeah, I always tell people they have the option to do a one-time like order. The company charges you an extra $6 for that because they think it's like a rush shipment. So right here it says like one-time single shipment. They're gonna charge you an extra $6 like handling fee because they bump it to the top of the list. So I've done that like once when we were like completely out of shakes and I was like, we need it now. But they'll charge. So I always tell people just don't do that one-time single shipment. If somebody just doesn't want it reoccurring, you can go in the system and cancel it after like the order's gone through, but it'll just save you $6.
Okay.
And that's it. So it's really easy.
Yeah, super simple. And then if you have, I mean, I don't think right now you have anyone that's gonna get at the children's health study. But if you did, it's just the next icon over, and you just need the child's first name, last name, and date of birth.
You do like Jane Doe, put their date of birth in, and then you would select what the adult order wants. So they want trio of capsules for the adult, and then you'll see that the children's chewables price is $0. And so you would select those, and so they get shipped together, and then you would check out the exact same way. Shipping, billing, credit card, and then continue.
Right. And then the only thing with the children's health study, since it's free with the adult order, they just pay $7 shipping, right?
Yep, $7 for shipping, and that's broken down monthly, so it's $1.50 a month.
Yeah.
Good to know. All right.
Makes sense.
Yep, super easy. And you can put people's orders in that way too. Like I was saying, like usually I'm like, hey, like let me just get your information. I'll put the order in for you, and you'll just put their order in that way as well.
Oh, okay. And,
yeah, don't direct people. I mean, I'm not saying don't direct people to your website, but don't think that they're actually going to go and do it.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times you're gonna have to do it yourself. So I think only 2 people have gone to my website and placed an order. Everybody else I've placed.
Okay.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no
I was
problem.
running from training a client, and then I was like, I need to get food in me before.
No, I know, and you haven't. Sorry, and you haven't rested before your red eye. I know.
No. Can you tell?
I know.
Like I'm running hours of sleep right now, and I have to work tonight.
You look so good though for not sleeping. I'm like, I don't know how you do it.
Skincare.
Right? Totally. All right, I'm gonna